Hola, and I'm Mike. How are you this morning? It is so good to connect with you. I'm really happy to be here with you today. My awesome reminder, be kind. And you know what this makes me think of is, especially right now, with how things are in our world, all of the differing opinions and beliefs that people have, even the notion of some people wanting to or feeling compelled to or feeling it's necessary to wear masks and other people feeling it's not. And whatever your thoughts on that are, having respect for the other, not guilting others or saying things or remarking because people don't agree with how you feel. And I think in this time we could all be a little bit more kind. In fact, I could do an entire conversation on being kind right now. And the reality is that through challenge and turmoil, in any relationship you are in, or a part, or every relationship you are in, and every person you are connected to or a part of, consciously we'll say, let alone unconsciously, the truth is we are going to resolve whatever conflict we're experiencing more efficiently, more thoroughly, and more effectively if we were to be kind and considerate of one another. And right now, so many people are pitted against each other because of differing opinions. A lot of people are getting frustrated. And now, instead of us helping to drag each other up by one person doing well and encouraging the next, and them striving and then encouraging them, this is how it's meant to work. Instead, we're not focusing on our growth and moving forward in our own lives. Instead, we're now facing each other and we're arguing back and forth, and all of this energy is going laterally instead of upward or forward. And we're in conflict and we are arguing and fighting and disagreeing, and disagreement's fine, perfectly fine. And can we disagree in kindness? Because we certainly aren't going to do very well at all if we are constantly fighting amongst one another. That's not the direction that we should aim our, whether you want to call it frustration, questions, or attention at. Instead, it would be nice if we worked together. So all that came from be kind, but especially right now I see it. There are a lot of people who have an opinion about something and are expressing it with an unwillingness to consider the possibility of them being wrong. And that's a problem in the world, to think that you're always right. That's where our ego gets in the way. And that's where we stunt our growth too. So, be kind. Be kind to others. Be respectful of the fact that they may think differently than you. And consider the fact that you might not be right. It's a humbling consideration and a deeply important one. And so that segues nicely into, are you a joy to be around? Are you a joy to be around in life? I had this thought about this because while we are focusing on our own growth, while we are focusing on taking responsibility for ourselves, that is fundamental to the work that I do with anyone. And so I think most people know by now that if you want to stay inside of your shit sandbox, if you want somebody who you can complain to or gripe about others with, to co-miserate with, I am not the one. And if you want somebody who's going to point fingers at other people with you, nope, not gonna happen here. But if in your life you really want to take control over the things that you can, if you really want to create change in your own life, if you want to take responsibility for everything that is happening to you, right? Sorry, not to you, but rather for you. If you want to take responsibility for everything that is happening for you, and the intention of that phrase, then I'm happy to help. And it's important to consider on this journey how we're showing up in the world, even while we're doing our work and expanding and learning. It's an interesting question because I know there was a time in my world, in my darkest moments or moments of deep struggle, where I think there were times where I wasn't a joy to be around because I wasn't as conscious about my reality and my struggle. I wasn't honest, and I was in a really challenging place. And I think what I think about now is, it's not that I don't have challenges now. I have many. It's not that I don't struggle now. I do. And it's not that I don't have difficult moments. There are many. It's that I do my best to be very conscious about how I show up, even amidst the challenging moments in life. Can we learn and can we grow while still being a joy and being thankful and grateful? You may hear me talk a lot about gratitude. You will continue to hear me talk a lot about gratitude because I think that is one of the biggest reasons why I have so much joy in my life, is because I truly recognize the goodness in my life. But I know that I can do even better. I think we all can do better. You may hear me talk a lot about celebrating wins. I think we can do better with that. I know I can. I know I can recognize more of my wins. And you know, I was having this moment last night as I was talking about some of my challenges, and I was realizing there are some ways in which I'm doing really well and that I wasn't really giving myself credit for. I wasn't really observing. I get caught in this mindset sometimes about if it's not the best, it's not good enough. Maybe you can resonate with that. And it's difficult sometimes when we have an expectation for ourselves to see the minor successes along the way, but it's so critical that we observe that success along the way. It is absolutely critical to us achieving what we really want to us climbing the mountain that we've set for ourselves, and to us being how we truly want to be. We have to acknowledge those little things. Those are what create momentum. Those are what create momentum for you. When you start your day and you get up, and do you acknowledge what you're thankful for? Do you have somebody in your life who you're grateful that you have in your life, and do you share that with them? Do you think about how far you've come and the success you've had and utilize that momentum to create more? I recognized in myself last night that I wasn't really celebrating some of my wins, and as a result, I wasn't feeling very good about how I was doing working on a particular area in life. And I recognized in that moment, wow, I really need to acknowledge some of these wins. In the moment I gave myself permission to acknowledge some of those wins, I felt a little better already. And I felt a little better, meaning I wasn't being so hard on myself. I wasn't bummed out thinking that I wasn't doing well. Instead, I was focused on, wow, like, okay, all right, there is growth here. There is improvement. I am doing better. And again, this is momentum. And this is why I say celebrating wins are so important. And you know what else? When we celebrate wins, when we acknowledge our goodness, we're more compelled to do more of it and be more of it. And we're more of a joy to be around. We're more of a joy to be around for ourselves and for others. We're more inspiring. We feel better to others. And like I said, I immediately felt better, recognizing where I was having success and where I was creating some momentum. Sometimes it's challenging when we're staring so far ahead to see these tiny steps of progress. And as challenging as it might be, it's deeply important. And it's necessary for us to get to these accomplishments or to achieve the things that we want. It's important and necessary for us to recognize our value is just as massive every step of the way. Not when we get somewhere are we valuable. Not when we get somewhere should we gravitate or behold joy. Rather, every single step along the way. Because the energy and the momentum of choosing that every single step is what creates the ability to accomplish that. Does that make sense? It's kind of like if you're frustrated that you're not there the entire way. At any moment, you're going to give up. You're going to sit down and quit. You're not pleasant to be around. You're probably not getting the kind of encouragement you want because you're bitching or griping or upset the entire time. And then we wonder, why we're attracting the things that we attract. How you show up is exactly what you are going to draw to you. And so if we're not getting the response from around us that we want, it begins here. And again, if you want to point fingers elsewhere, you can do that all day. You're going to have to find somebody who wants to sit in their shit sandbox too. And if you do, neither one of you is going to get out of your shit sandbox. You will hang out in there all day for many days of your life, and that's pretty damn miserable, and it's not very pleasant for others. Your quality of people that you will have around you will not be great. That much I can guarantee you. But you will notice, however, if instead you choose to focus on how you can be a joy, I'm getting a little visitor, how you can be a joy in your own life, how you can celebrate your wins along the way, you will notice that you will start attracting others who are doing the same, and that you will help each other grow and expand, and you will help each other get there. Are you a joy to be around? If you are a joy to be around, it's likely because you are celebrating your wins. It's likely because you are celebrating others. That's another really important factor, is are we encouraging others? Sometimes people don't encourage you, and sometimes we don't encourage others when we are stuck in our own frustration. And maybe that might mean that we're not feeling good about where we are at. And so it's difficult to acknowledge that in others because somehow it makes us more aware of where we're at, and maybe we don't feel good about that. Celebrate others anyway, and do it even more. When we're struggling and when others are struggling, we don't need and they don't need less love, we need more love. But it's really important that along the way we celebrate others and recognize that when we're feeling frustrated with others when they're doing well, that that's just coming from here. And the way that you change that is you begin to celebrate your own wins and you begin to focus on your own growth, and then you extend that to others. And I think this makes us a joy to be around. And it's important to be a joy to be around. It's true, because otherwise you don't have a lot of people around you. Otherwise you feel a lot more alone. Otherwise you're sitting in your shit sandbox and wondering why no one wants to play. It's important to be a joy to be around so that you have good, solid people around you. You're not going to have incredible people who are striving and growing and loving big around you if you're miserable, and if you're constantly choosing the same shit over and over again, are you a joy to be around? This is how we invite other really strong, open, conscious people to do this journey with us. So it's important. It's important that we take responsibility. It's important that we celebrate our wins. It's important that we celebrate others so that you are a joy to be around and so that you invite others to be around with you. And so our meditation today is going to be really about drawing upon that element of working towards being a joy to be around for ourselves as well as for others. If you don't enjoy being around yourself, life's not going to feel very fun, because everywhere you go, there you are. And so you will be everywhere. So it's important that you like being around yourself. It's important that you feel joyful every day, that you choose joy, so that you do enjoy your own company, and so that others enjoy your own company too. And so I hope you really dug our content today. I hope it's really helpful for you. As always, please like, please subscribe, please share with others. And I hope you have an awesome day today. We are going to jump into our meditation. And so, Catherine, can you? Oh, okay. All right, so we're just gonna jump right into our meditation. So as always, we're gonna do open hands and an open heart. And we're gonna sit up nice and tall. We're gonna set up and sit up with gratitude today. And as always, we're gonna begin with our breath. We're going to begin with our breath to begin to change our state, to begin to calm things down, to begin to narrow in on what we want to focus in on the present. Being present moment aware and conscious, not being off into the future or worrying about the past, but just being present here. And so that's what our breath is for, to really begin to change the state of the body. If we change the state of our body, if we change the state of every cell within us, our insights are greater and we're more capable of creating change. So let us begin with our breath today, breathing deeply in, expanding in the diaphragm and then in the chest, and then exhaling and letting it all out. Let us begin breathing deeply in. And exhaling, letting go. Good. Breathe deeply in, focusing just on the present. And exhale slowly. Take this opportunity to allow everything else to dissipate and just focus on being present right here and right now. Breathing deeply in. Allow yourself to connect to your breath, to connect to yourself, to connect to Source. Exhaling, letting it all go. Breathing deeply in, expand, open, open. And exhale, letting it all go. Good, fill your body up. Breathe in, inhale, opening, inviting all of this life-giving oxygen in. And exhale, letting go. With every breath, deepening your state, changing the chemistry in the body. Breathing deeply in. Just become aware and notice in the present where you're at. And just connect to your breath. Allow the body to be connected to the breath. Allow the mind to be connected to the breath. And exhale, letting it all go. Let's take 2 more big deep breaths. Breathe deeply in. Inhale, expand, open. exhale, letting it all go. Notice when you focus completely on your breath. Notice the difference in the body. Breathe deeply in one more time. Expand and open. Tune in to what you feel. Just be connected to your breath. Exhale, letting it all go. Very good. As always, set yourself up in a bed of gratitude. Whatever that looks and feels like for you. Allow gratitude to be beneath you, all around you, and within you. Again, I tend to paint this beautiful scenery. If I'm outside, it's the ground in which I'm sitting on. But if I'm inside, it is painting the beautiful scenery of a space. It feels so peaceful and so good for me. I feel so deeply thankful to be there. And literally every blade of grass beneath me is that of gratitude. And then like a jug of water, me being a cup, I begin to pour that water, that gratitude, and I begin to fill myself up with gratitude. And whether that's a thank you, thank you, thank you over and over again, or whether it's I'm thankful for, I just begin acknowledging all that I am grateful for. And allow this to be the foundation upon which I do my learning and I do my growing. And once you're all filled up with gratitude, it's pretty difficult not to feel some element of joy when you are full of gratitude. And so from here, let's open up in our third eye. Maybe that's just you imagining opening up at the forehead here, almost like you're opening up a portal, or at the top of your head, the same thing, opening up a portal or a door from which you are just going to allow awareness to grow and insights to pour in while you do your meditation. Just envisioning this opportunity for your being to expand in this time, for you to get the absolute most out of the time and the attention that you are giving to yourself right now. And so let us begin with our body scan, beginning with your head as we move all the way down the body, just becoming aware of anything in your physical body. As we begin with the head, just noticing if there's any tension, any stress. As we move down the body into the neck and the shoulders, are they loose? Are they relaxed? Are they upright? Are they falling forward? Are you slouching? What is your body communicating? Just become aware. Your arms resting at your side. How do your arms feel? Do they feel heavy? Do they feel light? Do they feel very loving and comforting and nurturing? Or do they feel restrictive, fatigued, tight, squeezing? Just notice the arms moving down the body into the chest as you breathe deeply, expanding in the diaphragm and then into your chest. Do you notice there is ease in your expansion, or is there a tightness? Is there a restriction? What is your body communicating to you? As we move down the body into the abdomen and into the low back, the core, the center of our body, what is the body communicating? Is everything operating with ease? Is everything well? Do you have knots? Do you have tension? Do you have tightness? Do you have pain? Just let the body communicate to you. Good. Moving down the body into the hips, noticing. Is there any tension? Is there restriction? Is there any harboring of the past? past? Is there a free-flowing energy? Is there an openness? Is there a tightness? Just noticing what the body is teaching. Moving down the body into the legs, the knees, the feet. What is the body communicating? Have we been too stagnant? Are we moving? What feels good? What is your body telling you right now? What does the body need? Let's take a big deep breath in, breathing deeply in, taking in all of the insights and the awareness that we have. Exhale, letting it all go. Am I a joy to be around? Do I enjoy being in my own company? What do I do when I am in my own company? Am I tuning out? Am I numbing out? Do I enjoy who I am and I choose things that feel good, that align with my higher self? Do I choose things that fill me, that make my mind, my body, and my spirit expand and feel better? Do I choose things that say I'm unworthy? Do I choose things that ultimately land me in more pain, more frustration, more sadness? What in my life am I joyful about? What are the things that I can celebrate? How am I doing in an area of life where I'm winning and I'm feeling good? Am I acknowledging the ways in which I am doing well? Or am I simply passing them off as not good enough? Am I bringing frustration, irritation? Am I bringing my wounds and my pain? Am I being a victim and am I bringing all of this around others in my life? Or am I bringing a deep gratitude? Am I celebrating others' wins with them? Am I being of support for myself and others? Am I encouraging other people? Am I being authentic and so that feels good? Am I sharing my thoughts, my opinions, and my feelings in such a way that it is helpful? Or am I sharing my thoughts and opinions and feelings in a way that does not feel good to others? Am I more concerned about being right than being real and honest? Is my need to be right keeping me from deep, vulnerable connections with others? Am I listening when others speak to understand what they're saying? Or am I listening for the moment I can interject so that I can be right? Am I seeking to point out others' faults and flaws, their mistakes, what they're doing wrong? Because looking at my own is really uncomfortable. Am I being honest with myself so that I can be better? Am I willing to to be wrong about something so that I can be better. Am I beating myself up every single day for not being at some destination or some point or having something? Or am I celebrating all of the wins as I strive? Am I getting clear on what brings me joy and what keeps me stuck inside of pain? Can I acknowledge some choices that I'm making that keep me stuck inside of pain? Can I acknowledge how they make me more difficult to be around myself and for others? Can we just become aware for the sake of learning, without judgment, without criticism, just to expand, just to grow? And how do I really want to show up? How do I want to feel each and every day? Do I want to feel any different? Do I want to feel better? Do I want to feel joyful? Do I want to feel grateful? Do I want to feel excited and striving? Do I want to feel complacent? Do I want to stay stuck? How do I know whether I want to strive or whether I want to stay stuck? If I am choosing to complain about everything that's happening to me, if I am choosing to be upset at the reality in which I have created right now, if I am choosing to continue to point fingers at others for the uncomfortable circumstances in which I am in, I must just want to stay right here, inside of this irritation and frustration. And if you are inside of this moment where you're not ready to step out of it, that is okay. Remove the judgment and the criticism from yourself and simply acknowledge. For us to expand, it begins with awareness. Awareness of our truth, being deeply honest. Maybe you have people in your life that you commiserate with, and if you step into joy, you're going to have to change the people that you spend time around. And maybe unconsciously, that's a little bit scary. Maybe your identity is built around not being enough. And to choose to celebrate wins would go against the essence that you've been carrying of not being enough. And maybe that feels incredibly challenging. Maybe you were told a long time ago that you deserve to be in a shit sandbox and that's all you were capable of. And so maybe you struggle to believe it's possible for you to be anything different. But maybe for a moment, you could envision yourself in a joyful space and what that might feel like. And maybe for a moment, you can envision yourself around people who are open and kind and loving and striving. And maybe for a moment, you can envision yourself rising, showing up differently. Maybe you're beating yourself up constantly, and maybe instead you could put down your words of criticism and judgment. Maybe you can pick up some words of empowerment and encouragement. Maybe you can be your own best cheerleader today. And one day at a time, encourage yourself to rise. What's it going to take for you to be a joy to be around, first for yourself, next for others? I want you to take a moment now to envision shifting your energy from the base of your spine, from your root chakra. I want you to envision building this very powerful energy beneath you. We're going to create this energy like a ball and fill it. Fill it with joy, fill it with gratitude. And as we continue to fill it, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Fill it with love, and fill it with excitement, and fill it with hope, and fill it with discipline, and fill it with commitment, and fill it with, what else will you fill it with? Passion, desire. What else will you fill it with? Success, joy. What else will you fill it with? And fill that up with whatever comes to you until that is so big, it is the width of your being. And now, as you continue to fill it, feel it begin to rise up from the base of your spine, and feel it to begin to keep moving upward and upward. And even as it comes up towards your spine, and now it's near your heart, and you can feel it passing through your heart, this massive amount of momentum and energy. Can you feel it now? Bubbling up and up and up, now up into your shoulders, and now up into your neck, and now up into your head, and it keeps rising, and now it's full, and you can feel it completely consuming your whole being. And you can feel this energy now. Can you feel the shift in the cells of your body? Can you feel the excitement and the joy and the gratitude filling you up completely and totally, overflowing and spilling over into the area and environment around you? And if we can change our very nature this way, how would it feel? How are we going to show up differently? What does this mean that we choose for ourselves? And in this state, can we see our capability? And in this state, let's envision now what we want to create. What are you striving for, and what do you want to strive for in life? What is important to you? Pick one thing, and I want you to begin painting that now. Envision what it is, as if you already have it, as if it is yours now. If it is the top of some mountain, envision yourself already there. Every detail that you can think of. What is it that you want most right now? Envision yourself there. Paint every detail of that picture. See yourself inside of this very moment that you most want to create. And who is around you, and who's with you, and who's celebrating with you. And how does it feel to be in this moment? Whatever your desire is, whatever it is that you want to be, whatever it is that you are creating, how does it feel to be in this moment? What's around you? What do you see? What exists within you? What do you have? What do you know? Envisioning yourself inside of this right now. And what does it feel like to have so much joy to be in this space? Breathe deeply in. And exhale, letting go. Very good. Allowing the body to really just resonate in this space. Breathe deeply in. And exhale, letting go. Notice the state of your being right now. Breathe deeply in. And exhale, letting go. Expanding with every breath. Be present right here. Breathe deeply in. And exhale, letting go. do 2 more just like this. Breathe deeply in. And exhale, letting go. Very good. Final breath, breathing deeply in. And exhale, letting go. Holy smokes. I can't stop smiling. I have to go back and watch this because as we were creating all of this energy throughout our whole body, and I could feel this building in my body, this light, I actually thought it was off. And when I opened my eyes, I thought it was going to be off because I felt like it went whoosh. And how about you? What was that like for you? Did you feel that filling up your whole body? That was amazing. I'm going to do that every day. What was this meditation like for you? What did it feel like for you to be in that space? Not for it to be somewhere out in the future, but for it to be right now. Your right now. Was it joyful for you? What were you envisioning? So I want to tell you a part of my vision, and I would love to hear about yours. So please, please, please leave it in the comments. I can't wait to hear about what this was like for you. I was speaking in front of thousands, and I could not stop smiling. Just getting to do what I love, and teaching and sharing and supporting and empowering and helping others, speaking in front of thousands of people. Holy smokes, it was really amazing. That was a really powerful vision. And it wasn't somewhere in the future. It was right now, which is really incredible. So I hope today really helped you to recognize what you are doing to create more joy in your own life, and also to invite powerful others into your life to be around. It's important. It's important that we focus on the joy in our life and to be good around ourselves and to attract others who are pleasant to be around. You will not find often many successful people who don't have incredible people around them, because most people who strive and who arrive at incredible places in their life find themselves around pretty incredible people because they're a joy to be around. Not all of them, many of them. So I hope today really helped you, and I hope you take this energy and this shift in yourself that you felt, and you carry yourself throughout your day this way. And in fact, you create this moment for yourself every single day, because it is certainly so powerful and such a part of us showing up differently in our lives. So as always, today and every day, more than anything else, I hope you understand what it means. I hope you know what it means when I say to know your worth. I hope you know that it means that you must remove and let go of and relieve yourself of the disbelief, of the pain, of the victimhood, of the pointing fingers, of the shame, of the guilt, and you give yourself permission to be an incredible light in your life. That's what it means. And so, as always, I hope you deeply know your worth.